room service had sent up our breakfast. I'm just starved.
Oh, so am I. How long has it been since we ordered it?
Oh, 10, 15 minutes maybe.
Well, Blanche, don't sit there just guessing. Look at your new beautiful watch that Harry gave you for Christmas and see.
Oh, yeah, I was right.
Blanche? You didn't look at your watch long enough.
That's the 10th time you've made me look at my watch this morning.
Well, look at it again and see how it keeps changing time.
Gracie, that's a beautiful ring that George gave you for Christmas.
Oh, you noticed it, huh?
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Peter.
Good morning. Now, Peter, I think Mrs. Morton will sit there, and I'll sit here.
All right, Mrs. Burns.
Or better yet, Peter, I'll sit here and Mrs. Morton will sit there.
Oh, that's a lovely ring, Mrs. Burns.
You noticed it.
My husband gave it to me for Christmas. Now, Peter, are the eggs boiled the way I ordered them? Just 3 minutes?
Yes, madam.
Well, Blanche, you better check by your new watch.
Ladies, I assure you, the eggs were boiled exactly 3 minutes by the chef's watch.
Blanche, you still better check. Yours has never been boiled, so I'm sure it keeps better time.
I'm going to have another sensational day in the kitchen. Which has never been boiled.
Peter, Mrs. Burns just wants you to notice the watch my husband gave me.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
You ladies are very lucky to have such generous husbands.
Oh, we certainly are. Just think, if we weren't married to them, we'd have other husbands. But we wouldn't have presents like these.
Well, why not? Wouldn't these other husbands give us presents?
Well, of course, but they'd be strangers and we could hardly take gifts from them.
Yeah, I never thought of that. Oh, Gracie, our husbands have just been dolls this year.
Yes.
In fact, Harry's presents have been wonderful the last 4 years. But 5 years ago, he gave me a present. Well, I'm just ashamed to tell you what it was.
What was it?
Well, it was a cheap china teapot with a big crack in it.
Well, if George gave me anything like that, I'd think I'd be insulted.
Oh, no, honey. Harry was... Yeah. Come to think of it, I should be.
Well, sure.
The nerve of him. Why, it couldn't have cost more than $1.98.
Good morning, ladies.
I've got a good mind to take that present and throw it right in your face.
Blanche, I'll have you know that cost me a pretty penny.
A pretty penny. $1.98.
You can't even make tea in it. It leaks.
I'm talking about that cheap china teapot.
Blanche, that was 5 years ago.
Oh, 5... Oh, Harry, I'm sorry. I guess I got carried away. Oh, I just love the watch you gave me.
And the tie you gave me is very handsome.
Yes, well, it's a very exclusive pattern.
I'll be downstairs having breakfast.
Goodbye, Harry.
Goodbye.
Harry, look at Gracie's finger.
Oh, Gracie, it's exquisite.
Well, thank you, and so is the ring.
Goodbye.
I still can't believe it.
Well, I'm sorry, George, but it's true.
Vonzel, recapitulate.
Well, George, this young friend of Ronnie's, Jim Boardman, wrote a play in which Ronnie's going to play the lead. Now, he tells me that for about $1,000, they can put it on in a little theater off Broadway.
And they want me to invest the money, huh?
Yeah. That's why he wanted me to read the play. You see, he wanted me to help him work on you.
I also read the play and found it dramatically redundant, emotionally puerile, and stylistically ineffectual.
In other words, you think it stinks, huh?
George, there are times when I envy you your vocabulary.
Well, I didn't even think it was that good. I had a coal mine in South Wales. And for the first 2 acts, they're down in the pit. The audience can hear the actors, but can't see them.
That'll make things even, because when the lights go up, the actors won't see the audience. They'll be home. I'd better go up and talk to Ronnie. And fellas, let's take off these ties. We look like the Andrews sisters. See you later, Patty. People have always overrated the value of money. Do you think a rich man is happier than a poor man? No, he only thinks he is. And do you know that he goes right on thinking that way until he dies? What a fool. Money isn't the only problem. Plenty of others. There are blondes, brunettes, redheads. According to men, most of the trouble in the world is caused by women. But I read about 6 men who did something about it. They found this desert island and they lived on it for a few years, and they were happy and contented until one day a beautiful blonde was cast away on this island. She ruined everything. 6 men started to fight and they argued, but they finally came to their senses. They built a raft and put this beautiful blonde on it and cast her adrift. Now their problem is, how can 7 of them survive on a raft in the middle of the ocean? It's silly to worry about troubles today. We're all very lucky. There are thousands of psychiatrists, domestic relations counsels, advice to the lovelorn column. So if you don't have a problem, you know where to go to get one. Of course, now I understand Gracie. But the first couple of months I was married to her, it was murder. One night she read in the paper that if her husband doesn't kiss his wife goodbye, that means that his love is growing cold. The next day, when I didn't kiss her goodbye, she wouldn't speak to me. She wouldn't even listen to me when I tried to tell her that I hadn't left the house yet. In fact, it was Sunday. I had nowhere to go. But to quiet her down, I had to leave the house anyway so I could kiss her goodbye. That really started something. She cried. She says, I'm going back to my mother. This is the first Sunday you left me alone since we've been married. So I solved the problem. Kissed her goodbye, and I took her with me. Well, I'm very fortunate. My only problem has been trying to raise 3 wonderful children. Sandra, Ronnie, and Gracie.
When you talk to your father, Ronnie, remember how important it is.
Ronnie, I'm back from breakfast.
I'll be in a minute, Dad. Gee, I hate to ask Dad to put up the money. He's done so much for me already. Well, it's not only for ourselves. Well, think of those Welsh coal miners. It's our duty to bring the injustice of their existence to the eyes of the world.
Yeah, I guess so. But, boy, it's not going to be easy to talk him into it.
I'll do anything. I'll beg. I'll plead.
No, that's not the way to handle Dad. We got to get him in a good mood. And it's not going to be easy for us.
Well, then what do we have to do?
We got to laugh at his jokes.
But I can't do that. I never even know when he's telling them. I don't understand comedy.
Well, neither do I. Especially Dad's kind.
Well, then how do we know when to laugh?
It's simple. Mother once explained it to me. Now, whenever Dad finishes a joke, he takes a puff on his cigar. It's an old vaudeville trick of his.
He takes a puff on his cigar? Why does he do that?
Well, I guess it's because most of the people in the audience are like us. They wouldn't know when to laugh either unless he gave them a signal.
Oh, I see.
Well, come on, let's go. Oh. Now, remember, watch the cigar.
Oh, Jim. Hello, Ronnie.
Hello, Mr. Burns.
Morning, Dad. Did you have a nice breakfast?
Oh, yes, I enjoyed it a lot.
Well, that's good.
Breakfast is my favorite meal in the morning.
That's funny, Dad.
It sure was.
Line wasn't that funny. It must be my delivery.
Sit down, Dad. Make yourself comfortable.
Can I get you the morning paper, Mr. Burns?
No, I read that last night.
Can I fix a little something for you?
Why? Is there a little something broken? Maybe it's the way I handle my cigar.
Dad, about my problems.
I know, Ronnie. You want me to back Jim's play.
It'll only take $1,000 to put it on, Mr. Burns.
Well, I'll have to think about it. It's still $1,000. I've worked very hard for my money.
For my money? Well, that's the funniest thing I ever heard.
What do you say, Dad? Will you back the play?
Well, money isn't everything. After all, you can't take it with you. Although Jack Benny is trying to figure a way to send it on ahead. You'll know when it's a big laugh, the cigar explodes.
We're sorry, Dad. We were just trying to get you in a good mood.
Ronnie, you don't have to butter me up. You know that I'm interested in your career. And if Jim's play is any good, I'll be glad to back it.
Would you, Dad? Really?
That's wonderful, Mr. Burns. Thank you.
I said if it's any good, I'll have to read it first.
Well, I'm sure you'll love it. It's got a message.
Pretty long message. Oh, you would send it as a night letter. Okay, boys. I read the script. It's really got a message. The message is, don't put a nickel in it. It hasn't got a chance. And I told Gracie I'm not going to give the boys $1,000. She got mad and walked out on me. She'll be back. But I can get laughs without her. What? Hope she gets back fast.
Any particular pawn shop, lady?
No, the first one you come to. Oh, I'm so mad at my husband. What a dramatic situation. Our son trapped in the bottom of a coal mine, and his own father won't part with $1,000.
To get him out?
No, he wants him out. I want him in. That's why I'm going to the pawn shop.
I'll get you there as quick as I can.
This morning we thought Harry was cheap.
Harry, your son?
No, he's the one who gave Blanche the leaky teapot.
Maybe I can beat this next line.
Do you think I can get $1,000 for this ring?
Looks like a nice diamond, lady.
My husband gave it to me for Christmas.
Any flaws?
Well, of course he has flaws. I told you he won't put my son in the coal mine.
Hey, wait a minute. Are you Gracie Allen?
Yes, how did you know?
Well, I knew who you were. By your hat.
Oh, of course. I should have thought of that. When I saw your hat, I knew you were a cab driver.
Come in.
Boys, I've got great news. Your father loved the play, and he gave you the $1,000 to back it.
Jim, we're in. Mother, let me kiss you.
Oh, Ronnie.
Oh, I'm so happy. Well, what about me?
Oh, you don't want to kiss Ronnie? Here, I'll kiss you.
How about Dad? Isn't he wonderful to do this?
Yeah, and he doesn't even know it.
What?
I mean, he doesn't even know how wonderful he is.
Oh.
And he'll never know if that cab driver keeps his mouth shut.
Oh, Llewellyn, your pals in my clover.
Dad, I've been looking all over for you.
And Ronnie, I've been looking for you. I read Jim's play, and I've decided that you fellas...
I know. Mother told me the great news, and she also gave me the $1,000 she got from you.
$1,000?
Dad, I just don't know how to thank you.
And believe me, I don't know how to say you're welcome. I didn't give you the money.
I know, Dad. It's a loan. And Jim and I are going to pay it back just as soon as the profits begin to roll in.
That's not what I meant. What I meant
Dad,
was...
we wouldn't take advantage of you. Not a father who's been so good and kind and generous and thoughtful and understanding.
And puzzled.
What?
Nothing. Run along, kid.
Okay, thanks a lot, Dad.
You're welcome. Tried to break the news, but I couldn't do it after he said all those nice things about me. Boy that's that honest shouldn't be discouraged.
I hope you enjoy your tea.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracie, where did you get the $1,000 that you gave Ronnie?
Oh, I saved it from my pin money.
From your pin money?
Oh, I haven't bought pins in years. I just buy zippers.
In other words, it's none of my business where you got the money.
Why use other words? Those you just said are perfect.
Yeah, I talk nice. Why you drinking your tea with your gloves on?
Oh, I just don't want my diamond ring to get dirty.
Doesn't make much of a bulge under that glove.
George, do diamonds shrink?
No.
Oh, well, I must be wearing it inside out.
Yeah, that's possible. Excuse me, dear. I'll be right back.
All right. Oh, bless his little innocent heart. It almost seems a shame to fool him.
Don't worry, I know how to do it, but I'm not going to tell you. I want this show to have a little suspense. Well, kids, we're in business. It looks like this play is going to make a lot of money for all of us.
Oh, it will, Dad, it will.
And it should be a great break for the actor who gets to play the lead.
Oh, it will, Dad, it really will.
And as long as I'm putting up my money, why not take advantage of it? The lead will be a perfect part for me.
Oh, it will, Dad, it what?
Yeah, why not? I think I ought to be great as the two-fisted boss of the coal mine.
Oh, you will, Dad, you will.
But there's one little change I insist on. Instead of us miners singing, "Oh, Llewellyn, your cow's in my clover," we'll sing "Ain't Misbehavin'." I can't learn a new song in the dark.
Dad, don't keep us in suspense. Take a puff on your cigar, please.
Ronnie, this is no joke. I can't wait to put on that miner's cap. I've always wanted footlights over my head.
I get it, Dad. This is your subtle way to tell us the play's no good.
Yeah, that's right. I know that you kids are going to hate me for this, but I read the play carefully, and the play hasn't got a chance.
Well, how can you say that? I think it's a wonderful play. And if I'd read it, I would have liked it even better.
Well, maybe you're right, Mr. Burns.
Yeah, Dad, you ought to know. Here's your $1,000.
Well, I'm sorry about it, kids.
After all, what do Americans care about coal miners in South Wales? Well, it has no popular appeal.
That's right, Jim.
But the play I'm writing now can't miss. It's about the life of a banana picker in Guatemala.
Now, that sounds like a hit.
Well, I'll go home and finish it and let you read it in about 2 months.
Good, Jim.
I'll show you to the door, Jim.
Jim. Do a little research.
Thank you.
Well, Gracie, there's your $1,000.
Oh, thank you.
You know, you were real nice trying to help those boys.
Well, and you were nice to them, too. And to show you how much I appreciate it, here's my pawn ticket. You can get my ring back for me.
Llewellyn, it's cost me $1,000.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, Gracie, what'll it be tonight?
Well, how about the time I lost my purse?
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds interesting. You lost your purse? Where?
On a bus?
Was it insured?
Well, how would I know? I just ride those things. But fortunately, my purse was.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
And then I went down to the insurance company to collect.
Oh? What was in the purse?
Well, let's see now. There was a comb and an eyebrow pencil and lipstick and compact and perfume, and manicure scissors, nail polish, a handkerchief, Kleenex, car keys, and house keys, and my address book, and a mystery novel. Oh, and a small purse where I keep odds and ends.
Do you have any money in it?
Oh, no, dear. I never carry money in my purse. I don't want to clutter it up.
Anyway, you went to this insurance company.
Yes, and I'm glad I did. While I was waiting to put in my claim, I helped Mrs. Gregory.
Oh? What was her trouble? I mean, before you started helping her.
Well, she was there to find out about maternity insurance.
Oh, she's expecting.
No, George, she's sure.
See.
Well, anyway, she found out that this company would insure you against anything. So she wanted to insure her husband and herself against having twins.
Well, I've heard of that being done.
But I showed her how she could cut the premium in half.
Oh?
I said, just insure yourself against having twins. Your husband would be lucky if he even had one.
Well, it's a good thing for her that you were there.
Well, sure, and I comforted Mrs. Hogan.
Oh?
She damaged a car, and I said, well, anybody can have an accident. Said sometimes the more careful you are, the easier it is to have one.
Well, that's true. It's perfectly true.
Well, how about the time I was driving my car? I was keeping my eyes open and minding my own business, but what good did it do? Suddenly I saw a bridge coming at me, and I pulled off the road to let it pass, and I was in trouble.
Yeah, well, you're careful about 2 or 3 times a week. I hope all those people appreciated your help.
Well, not all of them. Now, take this Mrs. Berger. She was there to increase her husband's life insurance, and her husband said, I wouldn't do that. It might be a temptation to kill me.
Well, he's got a point there.
That's what I told her. I said, he's right. If you increase his insurance, it might look like you're killing your husband for the money and not for himself alone.
I can see where she wouldn't appreciate that.
Yeah, and then there was another
Gracie, did you ever collect for the purse you lost?
Purse? How do you like that? I knew there was something I went there to do.
Say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Appearing on tonight's show were Peter Bracco as Peter the waiter, Hart Sprague as Jim Boardman, and Herb Vigran as the cab driver.